So I thought I would do an update before Cyclone Alfred completely destroys all my aquaponics and hydroponics. Yes, so we don't know what it's going to be like in the next few days. It may be okay, it may not. I have neatly stacked all my delicate glass tanks out in the lawn. There was a giant pile of stuff there, but I've ungiant piled everything. Yeah, let's hope it's not too bad, but apparently a category 2, and we have stupid big palm trees and trees everywhere. So I've taken lizards out of aviaries. You don't have to worry about that because this is a garden channel, but I'm not moving these and they are sort of out in the open. So I thought I would do a video before they get completely destroyed by, 150 km/h winds and all that wonderful stuff. May not be that bad, but this may not be here next video. Anyway, these are my hydroponic tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, and they just started developing tomatoes. Check that out. There are quite a few in there. I need to sort of thin it all out, but I haven't. There's another one. And interestingly enough, it looks like there's at least one on each flower bud, not a couple this time. So I don't know what's happening there, but I've sort of just let them grow out of the area. They've all sort of started growing out the top. Yeah, let's hope they don't get completely destroyed, but I suspect all these leaves are going to be destroyed. If not, the whole thing is just going to blow away. And we're starting to get wind already. Yeah, that's not great, is it? But that is the hydroponic tomatoes. Hopefully they will be okay. I've just moved a whole lot of stuff inside that was outside. These are going well, but I'm going to move these later on tonight so they're not in sort of the carnage area. And the aquaponics, if we lose power, we're going to be fine. But yeah, I think the wind is going to totally destroy all these cucumbers because massive gusts of wind, if they come under here, which they may not, are just going to rip all my vines. But this is roughly what point we've got to before the cyclone. Lots of flowers, I think mostly male flowers, but I think we've got a few female flowers as well. So it was probably only a week or so away from it actually, developing fruit, which is a bit of a shame. But at least I know the aquaponics is working with that. And check that one out. That one's gone all the way over there. So yeah, I think that's just going to be ripped down, but it's holding on to all sorts of stuff. That is the aquaponics. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, there's lots of videos that show you how it all works and everything like that. These are the new crops that I planted last week. So we've got some assorted lettuce. They've taken off heaps, yeah. And we have some celery. Celery is all perky in this system. And yeah, if you haven't seen any of the other videos, as I said, it's just the water pumping from these through this really, really cheap PVC pipe and then trickling back into the tubs. Decent filtration, lots of big fish. There is a stingray, another stingray, lots of stingrays. I don't even have the lights on at the moment because we've got a cyclone coming. I haven't fed the fish for a couple of days because if the power goes off, there's not going to be really much ammonia. So they're kind of cranky with me, kind of all wanting to be fed. Yeah, if I turn the light on, there's some big angry monster fish and our turtles. Hey turtles, how you going? Another one down the bottom somewhere there. Lots of peacock bass. But all these systems are connected, pumped water into there. So the fish are generally going to be fine for about a week or so. Let me just turn this light off. Week or so without any power, but my bacteria, so the nitrifying bacteria in the filters will die after about sort of 5 or 6 hours. I do have battery pumps and stuff like that, but not big pumps to pump the water through the biofilters. So if the power's off for any longer than, say, 8 hours or so, I'll just have to clean these filters out. And there's a backwash on them and that. So it's not a huge deal. What is a huge deal, though, and excuse us, Benji, is the 10,000 fish tanks I have, which is all in there. I have tubs of water. There's going to be balanced so I can do water changes if the power does go out. And I do have battery backup air pumps and stuff like that. But yeah, that is where we are with the whole cyclone fun. But I thought I'd better do a video, show you how nice the tomatoes were going before they potentially get wiped out by a cyclone. And where we live in Brisbane, there hasn't been a cyclone for like 50 years. We don't really get cyclones here because we're subtropical, not in the tropics. But it is aiming directly for Brisbane. And this is, what are we, Thursday morning. It's supposed to hit Friday night, I think now, or maybe even Saturday. Yeah, tomato plants at the best of times are kind of wussy. So we'll see how they go. But potentially, I think they're all going to get a little bit screwed up. And yeah, not easy to move. Obviously glass tank's not going to get blown around. They're upside down. They should be fine. All my other cool plants will probably get absolutely butchered. Yeah, and if you're overseas or wherever and you like cool plants, there's a lot of cool plants all lost in there somewhere. Look at that. What's that? Sidonium Fantasy, something like that. And assorted other goodies. Anyway, oh, tamarillos. Yeah, tamarillos are going to get destroyed, which is a shame because I think we've got our first tamarillos. Look at that. I know. Oh well, we'll see what happens. They're plants. Even if they get snapped off at the base, they'll probably grow back. We can start again. Anyway, that's where we are with the aquaponics and hydroponics. Yeah, we've done a lot of storm prep out the front with the full garden, but mainly laying down cactus and stuff like that, but we'll see what happens. It may not even hit where we are, but I think the whole of southeast Queensland is kind of freaking out about it. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So losing power, not a huge issue. Giant gale force winds, probably the main problem. But look how cool that sort of got. I know, it's a shame if it all gets ripped to shreds, but again, this is only, what, 3 weeks of growth, so we can grow more seeds, I suppose. Famous last words. Anyway, if you're watching and you're in southeast Queensland, don't wander around in the horrible storm, and hopefully all these plants will be back next week when we do another video, or maybe there'll be a giant storm video and you can see the carnage as it happens. Look how good they were looking too. These should be fine. These are fully undercover unless this whole area gets destroyed, then we're kind of stuffed. Yeah. Anyway, see you in the next video. I thought I'd just do a quick one about how they're all going before the cyclone hits. Yeah. If you want to see all the setups I've done, there'll be links here and yeah, etc, etc. See you in the next one, hopefully.